Welcome everyone to more Hearts of Iron for Illinois. So let's get this going as quickly as possible, and we're trying to sort of form a line against Mexico over here in, of course, northern Mexico. Then we're gonna finish them off as quickly as possible once our troops have sort of continued and prepared with their planning. Now, fortunately, these guys don't appear to be wanting to move. I'm not sure why. We'll check it out later. Now, what was that? Anti-tank weapons, I believe. Mechanized 1. So we're starting to get some naval battle results because we've got fleets and aircraft already set up, moving about in this area. Now we've actually got a pretty big amount of stuff over here standing by. I'm gonna do some strategic bombing and fighter stuff on Cuba. There's actually a pretty shitty efficiency area, even though it's pretty close to our airfield, which is interesting. But our strategic bombers are pretty fine with that. I will just flatten it before we invade, which is going to be hopefully good. Not really sure how it's going to work, but we've got a lot of bombers coming in, so they will probably do some pretty good work. Now again, I'm not sure why these... Wait, what? Why did I get a ship over here? I'm guessing I've got some ship production over here, which is interesting. We appear to have some random fleets. We're talking about this one, yes, this is one. Actually, I should rename my fleets. There's gonna be the battle fleet. Then there's gonna be a subfleet. And then all these guys are just patrolling, so that's fine. And this is gonna be, I guess, Pacific Fleet, because it's already here. And I'm gonna assign a few of my productions to this area, San Diego, and also a carrier here. Now then, what I should do is try to make sure that I've got some production of naval bombers for carriers, actually. Which is not really happening, actually. So I'm going to increase the priority. Hopefully it's going to give it some resources, and it's going to fill up my carriers with naval bombers when it is required. I'm really not sure why these guys aren't moving. I'm guessing it's a supply issue. Yep, it's a supply issue. Okay. So that's fine, actually, that the AI is doing that. For once, it's being smart. And now it's actually sending them in. Okay, so I say something, and then the AI just really likes to contradict me. Yeah, because technically it's not in that. Is the infrastructure any damaged? Okay, so I will prioritize the reconstruction of the infrastructure as quickly, even though that doesn't make any sense, as quickly as possible. What is this? Chihuahua. Oh no, this one is actually pretty fine. And it's still deciding to send them in, so I will actually just deassign them, at least for now, and then reassign them later. This one, it's fine. I'm just gonna sit here planning for a bit and letting my sort of stuff be completed in that way. I've got an air force over here, but unfortunately there's troops on the way. No, this is the wrong one. Yes. Aviation effort. So yes, there's already some bombing going on, which is really nice. And I'm trying to click on... Oh, it's because it's on the Caribbean Sea. It's because it's over here, and it doesn't have its own air territory, which is why the fighter efficiency is so damn low. Well, that's interesting. And yeah, as you can see, the number of buildings bombed is climbing up really fast, which is exactly what I want to happen. And probably I'm also bombing the Dominican Republic. Yep, exactly. I mean, they don't have any fortifications, it seems, but it's just good to bomb their other stuff. Now, one more destroyers. Over here. Okay, so the infrastructure is repaired, so we can probably support enough troops to actually make our push happen. Well, we probably could have made the push regardless, but still. It's good to have an additional amount of units on the way. Now, I will deselect everyone from AI control, because I don't want any weird stuff from happening, and I will make my own plan. Now, looks like the best way to approach this would be to push through here, get this area surrounded, and I'll do that this way. And then perhaps make an attack through here and through here. Here, their job will be to encircle this one cavalry division. This one will be a diversion. This one, yeah, it's always like that. And then coming in from behind. Also, I should probably push through with this armor over here, just to have a reinforcement in case something goes wrong. Liberia, I don't care. Do we even have Air Force coming in? We do, actually. So they are surrounded over there. They're trying desperately to break out, but it's not going to work. Battleship 2. I want the Battleship 3 at least before we start producing battleships. This has actually not really gone that well because of its mountains, so I will stop that attack. Now, we've got this one division surrounded. I'll just finish it quickly. And then coming in from the side, some armor, etc. Finish off these guys, and then reconstitute our front line. Finish them off like this. We do have some air wings and no mission. Oh well, doesn't really matter. These guys have no mission. I'm just gonna add them to the Southwest USA air zone. So there they go. Just gonna let the tank fill in the blank. So now we have another stable front line. We're ready to plan for a new operation. We're gonna do that like this. In fact, we've already got some ships being built out here, which is great. Now, some supply issues. Oh well, that's to be expected, actually. So these guys are very low on organization. Let's actually exploit that. We're gonna have one group of armor push to the south, one group of armor just continue moving forward. And I'm gonna have a motorized infantry to do that as well. And then I'm gonna push through with these guys as well. Just trying to threaten the southern flank of this little group. Yep, supply issues, doesn't really matter. We're overrunning their troops, which is exactly what we want to happen. And then we can probably, at this point, that they look to be pretty confused by what's going on. We can just move through like this. Doesn't look like anyone over here is actually moving in, which is not good, but we'll do that. So we'll take San Luis Potosi, I guess. Sounds like a pretty good idea. Over here they have a mountain to defend themselves. However, it is crucial that we actually take them out. So we will do that. And then we will push through from this angle. Really? No, okay. And finish off these encircled men. And this one armored division can just continue through and take the area and encircle these guys. They should be quick enough to do that. Then we can swing back south and take Mexico City. Then we can do this. Move on through with our armor. Also do that, and we're going to take Guadalajara. Then with these guys, let's just cut them off from the sea. Like this. And also move in through this area. Prevent any sort of weird stuff from happening. Taken Guadalajara. Let's continue the encirclement. The AI wants to do something weird, but I'm not gonna let it. And I'm gonna push from the south to Mexico City. These guys are completely surrounded, and we'll finish them off like this. Actually, yeah. Then we can also encircle these guys, it seems, defending a port. And it appears that the AI has decided to actually assign 13 divisions to that empty pocket, which is okay. And we'll actually let the AI sort of make its plans happen, just to have the AI just automatically advance in case I'm forgetting something. How about we just do that and that, and these guys continue to advance like this. Just to get some extra territory for ourselves. Take the ports and do that. We'll make a new... No, actually. I'm actually going to have these subs deploy over here. Because I want a Pacific fleet for the subs as well. I wonder if there's been some weird deployments. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Battleship free, and then we can go for heavy. Why can we do? Oh, because we've got light cruiser free. Let's do heavy cruiser free, and then place a few lines for battleships because that's gonna be good. Yeah, looks like. Well, we're probably going to capture more / build more soon in terms of dockyards, so we can be pretty lavish about it. And I'm going to have 2 of them to fleet. Well, the other fleet hasn't been built yet, so we're going to have 2 of them to the battle fleet, which I'm going to rename the Atlantic Fleet. And then I'm going to have one to, what is it called? Pacific Fleet. Okay, right. There we go. Should be good enough. Actually, there's already been some action somehow over here because our carriers have some experience, and also there's some experience on my cruiser. Looks like some convoys? No, some actually destroyers from Alabama. Okay, it's very weird. Very, very weird. Now we're just driving on through down here, and I'm going to have this division as well do some stuff like that, and then I guess these guys can attack through here, put some pressure down, prevent some weird stuff like random encirclements against us. And I have one guy do this because I don't want the AI assigning troops to that front. So we're gonna take Mexico City, and they're probably gonna capitulate, are they? Whereas Mexico, oh right, they have a whole bunch of allies still. Oh well, we're gonna have to wait on that then. We're gonna take Veracruz. And there's Central Pocket gone. I'm gonna start actually justifying on all the shitty ass Southern American states. This is Britain, which is, well, we're not going to let interfere in Britain. Just gonna justify all these guys. Mexico's capitulated, excellent. Well, we don't really need all these armored troops, so I'm actually to actually take all these little states. So I'm gonna leave 4 guys. Yeah, literally just 4 divisions. And I'm gonna leave those. Wait, we're at war with these guys? Oh, it's still Mexico, right? Okay. I'm just gonna take these 4. I'm gonna take everyone else and place them on the border with Texas because they're my next target. Yep, that should be fine. There's also New Mexico and Oklahoma in their alliance, but they are so weak that I don't really fear them in any way. Now, there's actually a problem of this part. Wait, who are these guys? Seriously, where is this infantry division? Right click to Panther division. Okay. Oh right, there's a few divisions over here too. Okay. Well, I mean, at this point, I'm actually gonna get these guys off the hook, and I'm just gonna manually redeploy them to some areas. And then I'm gonna make sure that we've got. Actually, these guys need to go here. I'm gonna make sure that we've got some close air supports in the area, which we do. Good. Because that's going to be very important for us. And I'm also going to... Actually, do I have some extra close air support somewhere? Doesn't really look like it. Oh, there's some Northwest Kansas. Nah, they can stay there. We're going to make some new wings. I'm actually just going to do hundreds because, yeah, it's a little tedious doing the micromanaging. Actually, am I even producing close air support 2s instead of 1s? No, I'm not. Okay. So I'm just gonna switch around. I wish there was like a search tool to check out what you're actually producing. Naval, we've got Naval 2. And I wish it would tell you that you're producing outdated equipment, like with a thing. So we're going to have these guys be a defensive force, and I'm going to strike from the south with my main force. Now, are Marines ready? No, not completely. And we've also got these guys. I'm trying to get my Marines and paratroopers to regular status for the invasion of these countries. I'm gonna start with the Dominican Republic, because they probably got not a lot of troops, which they don't. Experimental rockets. Then rocket engines is a bit too early, so we could go for some extra industry, I guess. So these guys are already. I mean, these guys are not gonna have the most hard job in their lives right now, so I'm just gonna do that quickly. It's all about just finishing off Mexican Socialist Republic. And I'm going to have actually this guy stay in the area because I don't want my armor walking through the swamp. That's probably going to be a pretty shitty area for attrition. And then once we have Guatemala focus finished, yep, not focus, justification finished, we're going to do that. Oh my fucking god. Are you serious right now? Yep, you are. Okay, then let's do that. There's actually an airfield over here, so I'm just gonna have some fighters and some close air supports, just as a insurance, I guess. Oh, they've actually got a huge amount of fighters. Not sure who. I mean, I really wish sometimes that you could see whose airplanes that you're fighting, like in the other Hearts of Iron games, but it's not possible in this game, which is annoying. So we've actually got the ability to come in. Okay, so we've got all these guys just to fight against, except the one that I actually want to attack. No, actually, they are ready. Ooh, potential. They're guaranteed by Texas. Oh, good. So I don't even have to justify on Texas. That's excellent. These guys will just continue doing that, and then we will just push through. Oh, no, okay. So El Salvador, Guatemala. Oh, come on, no one else? Wow, these guys are actually really weak. They are really weak, okay? So we don't really even need the air support, honestly. Despite the fact that they've got excellent, whatchamacallit, excellent terrain defense because of their good terrain. They're still not going to be that much of a problem. Our main losses are going to be from attrition in this area, probably. So Texas actually decided to not declare war, which is probably pretty smart, but that doesn't sit very well with me. I'm actually going to declare war on them. Now, okay, so these guys are pretty ready, and then I'm going to have the paratroopers continue to exercise in this other army. And I've got my transports over here, I believe. So I will just move on through with the paratroopers, and I'll let the Marines have a plan to do this, because that's the port, so I want that to be the case. And then after that, I'm going to plan for my Air Force to do their part. Now, this is actually not going very well, because we don't have any close air supports in the fight, but they actually have airplanes in the fight. It's a bit of a shame, but oh, right. That's why, because these guys aren't doing that. Oh, because they don't have the range. Well, that's very annoying, actually. And the only airfield around is this one. Okay, there is an airfield. Good. So I'm gonna have my fighters move through. And hopefully, if I can get air superiority over the area, then I can stop their air force from just annoying mine. And since we probably have the tech advantage, this might go very well. I mean, look at our troops bombed. It's just very high. And since we have so many fighters in reserve, it's not going to be hard to sort of continue to replenish our fighters, whereas they are not going to have the industrial capacity to replenish. And we're slowly going to push. I mean, they're putting in all their troops to defend, but they just can't. After a certain point, since we've also got the armor advantage, because they don't have any anti-tank weapons, then we're going to be able to just charge through. Good. So we've actually got the area under control. And then we can attack Guatemala City once our troops are rested. Which is going to take a little bit. Good. So, how many do they have? Quite a lot, but this is planes. And in planes, our armor can do pretty much everything that we need it to do. Now, submarine operations, do massed airstrikes, and then we'll do this, and then declare war. And just let the AI handle it. Actually, that's probably a terrible idea considering the terrain. So I will just have some localized action going on. Like, for example, a push in the south. If I can seriously... Okay. For Austin. This should work. Should, keyword. And then San Antonio should also fall to us. Whereas over here, there's a lot worse terrain, and I'm not sure why the AI decided to deploy so many of our tanks in the terrible terrain, but I guess we have to deal with that. And then over here, we do appear to have the opportunity to actually push through like this. Yes, they've called in their allies, which is not exactly a big problem. Actually, these guys have quite a bit of troops, so our intelligence lied to us. Thanks. We'll just push through and just distract them, I believe. That's the only thing we can do. So now our Air Force can do a little bit more better work, and since it's planes, our tanks are just unstoppable. And I don't think that they can in any way. Yep, they're gonna capitulate. And then, nope, I don't want you to redeploy. I want you to deassign and go for El Salvador. I mean, they're probably going to be a pretty quick defeat. So whose planes are actually attacking us? I'm not even sure, honestly, at this point. It's probably Mexico. I mean, they're still alive in some weird way, twisted way. So these guys don't really quite have the shitty divisions that Guatemala had, but their divisions are still no match for ours, especially because they have no air force. Okay, so we've taken their capital. They're probably going to capitulate. Okay, so... Well, from Mexico, we're going to take these territories, but then we're going to puppet them after that. And we're going to puppet El Salvador. Take Alabama. Oh, the Dominican Republic is their ally. Okay, puppet the Dominican Republic. Wait, what's the difference between satellite? Liberate Social Republic of Cal... Oh no, we want puppet. Okay. And then puppet Guatemala. Oh, we don't have the points for that. Okay, so just end turn, puppet Guatemala. Really? Let's pass. And end turn. Good. So then, we're gonna just declare war on Honduras. Okay, so who declared war on us? New Mexico? That's weird. They were already at war with us, so that's why it's really it's not something I understand. I'm gonna have this one division go from the back door. Actually, no, I'm gonna have the tank division go from the back door. I'm gonna have the motorized infantry push through from the front, and I have these guys do some distracting maneuvers. Like this. And over here, we do appear to have a chance to actually take Houston, along with surrounding some enemy troops. So we've taken Austin, so their capital is ours. We're going to try to get across the river and attack Houston from the back. Then over here, we can punch through this one division and go from behind and get to Oklahoma without any major issues. So we don't actually need that naval invasion anymore. And I'm gonna have plan for a naval invasion from over here to Cuba. I'll take Havana. And then I also have more Marines. I'm gonna have them train. So we've got Houston from two sides. And that's probably going to be the end of Texas. Mechanized 1. We can do Mechanized 2. And then after Rocket Effort, no. We're gonna have we're gonna have already the ahead of time penalty reduced for Mechanized 3. Now I will go for some... Oh no, it's not armored vehicles. It's mechanized. So where can we find mechanized equipment? Good. I'm gonna give them maximum priority. I'm gonna have 3 lines of that producing. Actually, since we've got the factories, let's just have a 4th line. And have them maximum priority so they get the resources they need. Because it's really the only thing we lack for now. Rocket effort. And go for nuclear effort. Yep, nuclear effort sounds good. And down here, thanks AI. As always, the AI is just absolutely terrible. It decides to be a dick. I'll finish the oil plant research, and then later on I'm gonna, off-screen, when the part ends, construct all the things. So once we take Houston, Texas is gonna have a few problems. Dallas is gonna be their capital now, but I'm gonna approach it from behind and probably take it. I mean, Texas does have a light armor division, but yep, there they go. And then I'm gonna come from the back and take these territories down here in Oklahoma. And then Santa Fe is also going to be taken. This is going to mean New Mexico's surrender, probably. Non-aggression pact, no. So there they go. And it's only New Mexico left. And afterwards, I'm going to hand the part. Coming from the sides. No real need to micromanage that one. I'm actually going to start justifying on these guys. So I want to thank you all for watching. I'm already gonna just end it right here. I hope you did continue to enjoy the playthrough. I'll see you soon. Oh, okay. Let's do that. They're actually very long things. Yes, things. Technical terms. Then we have a... Oh, I guess our war gold expired. So let's justify on them as well. Come on, capitulate. And these guys are really taking forever for the capitulation. Which is annoying. There we go, finally. So they've got Honduras as well. I'm gonna puppet them. Take all states from these guys. Take all states from these guys. Finish. Perfect. Oh, okay. So that got liberated. So I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.